Everyone, I'm Melody and I'm here to help you find the light in your autoimmune disease through nutrition, lifestyle, and mindset habits. So today we're going to talk about what exactly is AIP, or the Autoimmune Protocol, and the Wahls Protocol. Why does everyone rave about it? If you have an autoimmune disease, I'm sure you've heard about these two diets, but there's just so much information out there, you don't even know what to believe, what to follow. You don't know what's right for you because one person says one thing, another person says another. Where do you even start? So today I want to simplify that for you. I want to help you pick a diet that can fit best in your lifestyle. And maybe you can start experimenting. Maybe you start working with the AIP. And that works for you, but it doesn't get you the results you need. And maybe you move to Wahls Protocol. Or maybe the other way around. So that's what we're going to do today. But first, I want to talk about bioindividuality, meaning there is not a one-size-fits-all diet. What works for one person is not going to work for another, because we all have different diseases, and even if you have the same disease as your friend and a certain diet works for her, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you, because just like all diseases are different, all our bodies are different. We're gonna have different food sensitivities. There's gonna be certain foods that work for us and doesn't work for another person. So I'm just gonna lay it all out for you guys and you can start from there. So first, we're gonna talk about each one. The Autoimmune Protocol is attributed to a scientist named Lauren Cordain. She found that certain foods are actually triggers to inflammation with people with autoimmune diseases specifically. Later on, an author named Rob Wolf put all of her findings together in a book called Paleo Solutions. And this is where AIP really came about. He called it a sort of elimination diet. This diet would get rid of inflammatory foods with an emphasis on healing the leaky gut. The gut is really where our immune system starts. This is where we digest nutrients and absorb our foods. So if the gut becomes leaky, that means certain toxins are getting leaked into our bloodstream and causing all this inflammation throughout the body. Hence, eliminating the foods that are causing this inflammation in the first place and making our gut lining weaker. And moving on to the Wahls Protocol, which was made by Dr. Terry Wahls. Dr. Terry Wahls was actually diagnosed with multiple sclerosis herself. And she was on the best medicines, doing everything that she needed to, and still ended up in a wheelchair. She actually turned to foods too. She started the AIP diet, getting rid of inflammatory foods. And it stopped the de-escalation of her, but it didn't give her that vitality back. So she started experimenting with veggies. She was wondering what nutrients was she missing. And she actually found research as well from Dr. Embry, who made a diet for his son who got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, but that's another story. Anyway, she places a huge emphasis on having a certain amount of veggies each and every day to restore the vitality in the body. So not only are you getting rid of the inflammatory foods, but you're adding foods back in to rebuild your cells. With the making of the Wahls Protocol, Terry Wahls was able to get out of that wheelchair. She was able to restore her vitality and reverse all her symptoms. Today, she's running, walking, biking 18 miles. It's crazy what she's able to do when she started feeding her cells on top of just getting rid of the inflammation. Again, everybody is different. Not everyone needs to be this strict, but I would just love you to keep that in mind. So now that we know a little about the origin of both these diets, I want to talk about both of their similarities. I want to show you what will be right for you, what will be right in your lifestyle. So let's jump right into that. So first, both diets have a paleo principle, meaning they both believe that our ancestors did it best, pretty much. They completely eliminate dairy, they completely eliminate gluten, saying that causes inflammation in the body, as well as refined sugars, and really limits natural sugars. Both diets also eliminate soy, saying it really messes with our hormone balance and our hormone functions, as well as avoiding processed and packaged foods. saying there's a lot of additives, there's a lot of preservatives that we don't even think of, especially when the package label says all natural, which you really don't know until you read that label. Both of these diets advocate for organic, wild-caught, grass-fed because they want you to give your body the best foods. They don't want you to put preservatives and additives and antibiotics that are given to animals, get it put into you. They want to bring those stress levels down. Both of these diets do place an emphasis on fats. Fats are the essential building blocks to our being, while simultaneously regulating our hormones and metabolism. Both diets do agree that the type of fat is important. Fats like coconut oil, olive oil, natural fats such as avocado and nuts, grass-fed meats, natural meats. It's important what type of fat you're getting put into your body. So we want high quality fats, remember that. It's also part of the essential building block to your being, which is your cells. To name more, both of these diets do advocate for nutrient-dense foods. They do warn you about detoxification when you first start both of these diets, meaning you're gonna have cold-like and flu-like symptoms when you first start, especially if you're coming from a standard American diet. Your body is really detoxifying what was in your system, and it's gonna feel a little like trash at first, but I promise you're gonna feel amazing when it's all over. So right there, I do want to warn you of that, just so you're in that mindset. You're not doing something wrong if you start feeling super sick. You don't have corona if you start feeling super sick. Your body is just detoxing. It's just part of the process. Both of these diets do go beyond diet too. They call for things like movement, sleep, exercise, connections, walking in nature, meditation, prayer, because you don't just need to nourish the body, you need to nourish the mind too. Your stress levels are the whole other half to this fight. Now we know a lot about the similarities of both diets, and they both sound pretty similar. So what are the differences? Well, it starts with veggies. In AIP, they really focus on the non-starchy vegetables and completely stray away from the nightshades. AIP does not give you a certain guideline on how much veggies you can eat. And a lot of people on AIP tend to eat a lot of meat and kind of forget about the veggies because there isn't really a guideline. As opposed to the Wahls Protocol that really pushes those 9 cups of vegetables a day. That's split into 3 categories. 3 cups of sulfurs, 3 cups of colors, and 3 cups of dark leafy greens. In the Wahls Protocol, you're gonna add 9 cups of veggies because the Wahls Protocol focuses on rebuilding those cells, rebuilding your mitochondria in your cells. Remember, the mitochondria is the engine to your cell. And since our cells are our building blocks, if they start going out of whack, we're gonna start going out of whack. So that's the purpose of all those micronutrients and all those veggies you would be infusing into your body. The Wahls Protocol also has 3 levels, and whichever level you pick is what level that works best for you. And you can jump around whenever you want. This first level really focuses on starting you on those 9 cups of fruits and veggies each and every day while eliminating those inflammatory foods. This first level also adds 6 to 12 ounces of meats, fish, or proteins depending on your weight and your gender. Also on this first level, you can have as much non-gluten grains as you want. Moving on to the second level, this is where you really start to limit your grain intake to 2 cups a week, doing the same things you were doing on the first level. Moving on to the third level, which is the strictest level, but it actually reduces the amount of veggies you will have each and every day to 6 cups of veggies a day. Also adding in fats, also adding in organ meats, really pushing the fats into your diet. Although she recommends it in the first 2 levels, it's really pushed in the 3rd level. Please keep in mind, this is just a general depiction of the Wahls Protocol. It does go a lot more in depth, but I just wanted to give you guys a little briefing for you guys to choose for yourself which diet would fit better for you. But if you would like a separate video going more in depth on the Wahls Protocol, please comment down below and I could do that for you guys. Moving back to the Autoimmune Protocol, which is an elimination reintroduction diet. So at first with the Autoimmune Protocol, you're gonna completely eliminate all foods which may be triggers. And then after a certain amount of time, you'll start reintroducing foods back into your diet very safely and very cautiously. So some foods may not be eliminated forever, some may, because they may trigger symptoms, but it really is that experiment phase, as opposed to the Wahls Protocol, where you can jump to each level, whichever one feels best for your body is most likely the one you're gonna stay at. And again, you'll probably make little tweaks depending on what feels best for your personal body. So hopefully I really was able to simplify this for all of you guys. So I'm gonna walk it through one more time. AIP is the elimination of inflammation diet and the reintroduction of foods later that you experiment with. The Wahls Protocol focuses on rebuilding the cells as well as getting rid of that inflammation. If you guys ever need any help on picking which one is right for you, I would be more than happy to help. There's a link down below. You can either DM me on Instagram, or I actually work with one-on-one clients to walk them through what diet would work best for them and then start moderating it to fit their needs in their personal lifestyle. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day, amazing week, amazing life. Bye guys.